Hey everybody, Mark Davis here in the wake of our Monday, February 4th, 2013 show. And we had our requisite amount of Super Bowl talk and Hagel nomination talk and all the various ways in which our republic is hanging by a thread. But there was one moment that I had to take, several moments actually, and I want to take a similar moment here with you to remember a man who has left this mortal coil. He is an American hero. He is Chris Kyle, the American Sniper. Maybe you've heard of the book. Maybe you heard him interviewed here or elsewhere. Maybe you actually met him or saw him. I saw him in church. At Fellowship Church in Grapevine, where Lisa and I attend, he came in, was interviewed by Pastor Ed Young about the duties of a sniper, about the rigors of war, about the obligations that a man has to support his country and his family and his faith. And Chris Kyle just hit home runs on every single one of these. It was an interesting thing, though, because you could tell from the questions that Ed asked him, and this is probably true of many, many military lives, that there is a conflict at times when you know you want to do right by your family, but you know you want to go fight for your country. What do? Go back for that fourth tour of duty as a Navy SEAL because your country needs you, because nobody's better than you are at taking out the enemy at maybe more than a mile away, and he did this repeatedly? Or do you not take that tour of duty even though your country needs you because your wife and your children need you? Chris Kyle was not immune to this kind of thing, and obviously not immune to the bullet of a Marine, a 25-year-old guy this past Saturday over the weekend. Did you find out about this like I did? I was just sort of looking at Twitter just, maybe one or two times during Saturday as I did, and I saw it slowly begin to filter in, that Chris Kyle, who walked into the gaping maw of war, who walked into the belly of the terrorist beast and could have been killed at any time and survived, becoming one of our greatest war heroes, only to come home and perhaps as the story unfolds, to be killed by a guy who he was trying to help. God is in control. God is in control. But sometimes we get curveballs that are pretty hard to digest. So rather than beat our heads against the wall of why does this happen? There is no why. Things happen as they do, and our job is to remain faithful, remain obedient, and keep in our memory those who have meant so much to us. So I'm sure that the gun grabbers will use this as an opportunity to take a hero of ours and say, well, look at that. If only we'd had tighter gun control laws, we could have prevented this lunatic from killing Chris Kyle. I don't believe that for a minute. What I do believe is that God has welcomed home a true hero, and you ought to run out or hit an Amazon or a bookstore or whatever and get a copy of American Sniper, because it is truly amazing. It is Chris Kyle's story of what it was like to keep God close to your heart, keep family close to your heart, and to walk into the line of fire in various war zones and look through the crosshairs of some of our most advanced weaponry and wait for evidence that you got somebody who wants to take American lives, somebody who wants to kill us where we stand, and take them out with one shot. It is something that is hard to do. It's extremely hard to do well. And at the level of expertise that Chris Kyle displayed, unbelievable. Just an amazing thing, an amazing man, an amazing Christian, an amazing American. And he will be enormously missed by me, and I hope by you. And as we go through these coming days, talking about Chuck Hagel or the Beyonce Super Bowl halftime show or whatever else is still lingering in our mind in the world of talk show topics, let us remember the people like Chris Kyle, who put on a uniform every day and go dancing around IEDs and dodge bullets and fire bullets, all so that we can enjoy the great and blessed luxury of, like I'm doing now, walking into a room and blathering about things that I believe here at this radio station so that I can leave here and go home to my wonderful family and my wonderful home. Freedom isn't free. I don't get these things just because they drop out of the sky. There are people fighting for us every day so that we can have these freedoms. So God bless you, Chris, and thank you. And God bless all of the people who wear the uniform that you wore. I'm Mark Davis. We'll talk to you next time, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.